1, 2, 3, here we go!
Logo coming down, Green Shirt Games.
Hello everybody, welcome to Green Shirt Games. Today we're going to talk about our pet peeves of gaming. With a V, only intentionally.
Gaming.
I'm Tommy, that is Dan, that's Tyler, and that's Rich.
And that's Tommy.
And that's Tommy.
I'm Tommy.
That's Tommy.
He's Tommy.
Can we all be Tommy?
We're all Tommy.
This is Tommy. Green shirt.
I'm Rod. I like to party.
I'm Tommy. Let's go.
Okay. So
Pet peeves.
I'm just gonna I hate it when developers will create RNG in games strictly for the sake of randomness. Like in Smash Brothers, how almost every item has a chance to malfunction and do something terrible to you. I hate that. I mean, I love Smash Brothers, but like with the items, it's like everything is like, you know, when you get the lightning, everyone shrinks. But sometimes just you shrink. Or like
Yeah.
The clock, too.
the clock, same thing.
And the hammer.
Yeah.
The head falling off.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
that really does suck.
Sakurai's just like sitting there like, it's gonna be so funny when it happens. And
No!
tripping.
No!
Tripping.
Tripping. It's the
Tripping.
worst decision. That's not even like, nobody could have possibly thought that was a good idea. Why was that in the game?
Just, hey, I got an idea that can really
one out of 100 times.
Not even. I understand if they don't want to do competitive, but even for casual play,
Yeah.
who's like, he just tripped. That's so funny. Like, where's that gonna benefit the world?
Especially since it could change the outcome of a match.
Yeah,
pretty hard. Yeah.
it really can.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
People online. That's
Yeah,
a good one. People
people
online. I never.
Yeah.
I stopped. It's been years since I've played in like a lobby, and just I will go into a party by myself, and just wait for like friends to join because I can't do it.
deal with
I
assholes.
can't deal with assholes. I can't deal with little fucking kids.
They talk like this is
Yeah.
the whole
That's-
time. They just talk like this
What?
is a mic, and oh my god,
is-
Guys, I got a nuke! You're like, "Ah!"
That is-
fuck your mom!
yeah.
That is such a valid. Call of Duty was obviously terrible.
Yeah.
I play League of Legends. That is the worst gaming community I have ever seen. Everything you've had in Call of Duty is nothing compared to these guys. Oh, it's terrible. Like I play with friends, and like once you get to like a higher skill level, kind of like I'm like in like the upper more ranked people in the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
why don't you brag about it?
I'm trying not
Tommy,
to.
it's just,
I'm like one of the best.
Tommy Green shirt challenges people.
And like once you play with people who like aren't like they also play just to win. They're not assholes, but there's like when you getting through like that layer of shit, dude. It's like it's just so frustrating. Eventually, you just learn to.
Is there
everyone.
voice chat?
It's not voice chat. It's not voice chat. It's all.
Well,
typing.
see, I think that's what it is. I don't know. It's,
Hearing
I
the
guess
voice.
the voices of little kids is like, I'm gonna fuck your mom tonight.
I mean, it is.
Shut up.
It is.
Get off my team.
It is different
You are
because
0-15.
if someone
Stop playing.
if someone is like speaking, that's a different kind of annoyance as opposed to just like writing out reasons why you should kill yourself.
Someone took the time to write that.
I love Call of Duty, but one of my pet peeves is that like you cannot kill your own team. Like I think it's awesome. I think it's realistic. Like if you're
Well, it's not
if us
realistic.
two against you two and I punch you in the face, it's still going to hurt you. Like
Yeah.
Wait.
Call of Duty is like
how can we be sure?
but like because like talking about little kids playing and they're like I'm gonna follow you around. That one guy that's like
Yeah.
Oh, the traps in the corners?
yeah, and I just want to be like, motherfucker, I'm gonna blow you up. If I just want to, I can shoot them in the face.
That's actually a good point. If
'Cause, like, it's
you
so
if
great
you
in
can
Halo
block,
if
if you
you,
can
like-
block them, you could theoretically like just ruin someone's whole game by locking
That's
them in.
what people do, and
Wow.
they'll like get their buddy, and you'll be like sitting. You're like, I'll go and reload in the corner, and these two people follow you around, and then stand in the corner and block you in, and you can't do anything until you kill yourself.
I like Halo because even there's sometimes in Halo where you betray your teammates. It's like betrayal. You have a long respawn, but it's like that.
Yeah,
that
but
was,
in
that was
Halo,
worth it.
see, like,
But then you get kicked by it.
You know the best one? This is actually an anecdote. The best one I've ever had is in Halo 3, this guy and I, you know when you don't kill them, but like you get rid of their shield?
Yeah.
And like just do that over and over again? So they can't really do anything? This guy was doing it to me, so I started doing it back to him.
I think I was
like,
in that game.
Were you? Yeah, I showed you the video.
you got-
No,
oh,
no,
yeah.
I didn't. So we were facing
Yeah.
each other. And we'd like done it. Neither of us had a shield, and then we're just staring at him. And then an enemy team sniper just takes him out of the side.
So it's just like they were looking. I was watching the video. They looked at each other. He's like, punch. And the other guy's like, punch. And they were just staring at each other like, what are you doing? Boom! It just gets leveled. It's hilarious.
Probably the best thing to happen. In
People
Halo game.
online, I hate the people that find the one brokenness about the game and exploit it to
Yep.
Yeah.
like in Call of Duty.
Any
there's a
game
thing
is
that-
going to have something will be
Yeah.
broken that needs to be fixed, but I hate when people exploit it.
Like
I agree.
When
completely.
Brian was playing Call of Duty, those people that would hide behind the hills just high enough that you can only see their head, but it doesn't count as a headshot.
Yeah, well, that's and also like if that person can see over the hill with their gun, and you
Yeah.
can't see their gun, you can see like the top of their head, but you
Yeah.
know they have like full sight of you, or like behind cover like that. Like if you're behind cover, and you can see behind, but you can only see like this much of their head, and
They shouldn't be able to shoot you.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a similar thing is in Smash Brothers. When I played competitively, people just you played a little bit too.
And like,
Just everyone uses Meta Knight, and
Yeah.
kind of the same thing like online. The new Pokemon you can play online, and it's like you just see the same Pokemon over and over
Yeah.
again. Like I build my team
That's
with
like-
some pretty. I try to keep them fresh. Just ones I like to use, like my favorites. But I have to specifically build them to fight. Like these,
And
these
it's
like
any game
12
with
that always
players
show up.
like that, where you
Yeah.
like pick your own, like pick a character. Like I mean, because it depends on the game. Call of Duty, Halo, it's like they'll find that broken gun for a while until they fix it.
Yeah.
But it's like, what was that? The PlayStation All Stars. It's like PlayStation All Stars, like the same two characters all the time online.
Dude, yeah,
It's like Super Smash
Actually-
Bros. You can't play it on
Raiden and Kratos, just
yeah.
But actually, you know
all the
what?
time.
Yeah, they changed
Recently,
Yeah.
I've been seeing good and evil Coles on more often. Dante, Cat.
Yeah, but Kat's like
everywhere.
in her own tier now.
Really?
Yeah,
She's
she's
the
that
best.
good. Yeah.
Wow.
Cat-
What's so good about her?
She's really good.
Yeah.
Broken?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah.
No, well,
She's the chick that could like lift you up in the bubble or whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
She's just
but I give that slide because you actually have to be good to play as her. She's not like a
Kratos,
Meta
where
Knight.
you're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
chain blades all over. I destroy everyone.
The range is just ridiculous.
It did used to be just Kratos and Raiden.
It's nice when people patch their games to fix that stuff.
Yes.
Like again, back to League of Legends. I don't mean to keep coming back, here, but that game always they'll have a meta.
Do you play any other games?
I do.
Sonic.
League of Legends and Super Smash Brothers. It's all his topics.
It's funny. It's funny that I had to take that question seriously because I played it for a while so much. I was like, yeah, I play other games. Totally.
No, they're totally.
But I don't need that. But there'll always be some characters that will just be overpowered, and they usually do an okay job bouncing. But you'll see them often, and then they will slowly get cycled out just because they'll either patch them or people will figure out the counters and they'll be like, oh, these counters are so strong for them. So they'll be the new high meta
Yeah.
up here. So it's cool when games constantly cycle like that.
Yeah.
That's why I hope the new Smash Brothers is like that. I hope they don't keep
Oh,
it.
it's gonna be
I
off
thi-
balance.
I think it'll be.
Clearly.
I think it'll be a little more balanced because they can actually patch Wii U games, and hopefully they will just to fix some stuff.
I think there's still gonna be favoritism.
I think so. I mean, I don't know about favoritism. I don't
there
think it's,
always will be.
I don't know if it's a matter of favoritism, just overlooking things.
I don't think they necessarily take competitive play
They don't.
into the character design. That's why there are some that are really bad and some that are really good.
No, they want to balance them. Sakurai said in interviews before he's balanced them on his own, and he's aware that there are imbalances in the game, and he's
But
gonna have more people balance.
That
in this next
happens.
one.
Like there's in the category of pet peeving when developers or whatever do not fix things that
Yeah,
are broken.
that's a perfect
it's
pet
like
peeve.
it's like it's cool that
or make them worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people go and do that, but it's like you play Call of Duty. It's like, well, the Type 95 killed you in 2 bullets. Now it kills you in 2.5 bullets. It's like, thank you.
Or like Injustice. Superman was already OP to begin with,
Yeah.
and recently they released a patch that nerfed everybody but Superman. So now he's even more OP.
Yeah, see,
Maybe,
it just,
like
Favoritism.
Like
yeah, that's
Really?
an example of favoritism.
that's yeah.
Favoritism.
But on and with Meta Knight, that kind of favoritism, I feel like Sakurai's just well, Meta Knight's supposed to be fast and powerful in the game, so that's
Meta
all I
Knight's
think.
awesome. I like Meta
logical
Knight.
favoritism.
Yeah, I think that would, but I think they'll try to balance it more because people come, it's annoying just seeing Meta Knight always.
I can't stand when they don't fix stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
I hate this is gonna sound nitpicky, but level design stuff. Like when you're in front of a gate that has bars and there's a gap this wide between
Yeah.
the bars, and you're
Yeah.
like,
you need
no,
a-
you can't.
I need
get
a
through."
key to get through.
Like bullshit! I can squeeze between those bars.
It's like when Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil, you'll be in some games you're doing wall flips and crazy stuff, and it's can't get past here because there's some chairs in the way.
Yeah,
Going
you
with
can't
that,
push a chair out of the way, but you can.
Going off of that, invisible walls.
Yeah, those I hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at a point in gaming where they just shouldn't exist anymore, and
Yeah.
they're still there.
Especially in open open world games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like John wanted me to bring this up because he couldn't be here, but he was playing New Vegas, and you can't go up on some hills, just because. There's invisible walls everywhere.
Just
Really?
not letting you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing anymore. We're past that.
Yeah.
I feel like when a game tries to get too big with its guns is another thing that I hate. It's like, and then you end up repeating your guns. Or like you have a plethora, this huge armory of guns, and like 6 of them do the same thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
what is
Oh,
the point
yeah.
They
of...
look different.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like they look slightly different, but they essentially do the
What's
same thing.
nice about like Halo? Halo has like, only
ton of
a
guns.
couple guns that
Yeah. They're
you
all
know.
unique.
Exactly. And
I like
They
when
all
they upgrade
shoot
weapons
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think a perfect example, is Borderlands 1. I mean, there was the huge loot game, and there were some cool guns, but there were so many that were exactly
Yeah.
the same and just boring and monotonous, and you just had to sift through them. They fixed it a lot with Borderlands 2 because
Yeah.
they made each of like the brands have unique qualities about
Yeah, I
them,
like
and it
that
made
a
it
lot.
less monotonous.
Yeah.
And the first one was that was one of
Yeah.
the big problems with it.
But they had, because like they advertised like there's 70 million guns. It's like, okay, and 69 million of them are exactly the same.
Yeah.
I want 4 of them.
A separate pet peeve is unless you guys
I-
okay, any more on that one? Is when they do voice acting in game, but they translate the games, but they don't. They translate them like either really just like any messed up voice acting. Like if they translate them literally as opposed to like for the different cultures, or because obviously there's a difference between.
Yeah, they don't localize them; they just translate them.
Yeah. And then like when they just mess up the audio, like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I love that game, but like the audio, like their voiceover work. It's just like the things like they emphasize. It's just so messed up, and like the audio tracks will overlap with the same character.
On the opposite spectrum of not localization, I hate when they over localize stuff. Like, in Pokemon, whenever they would eat rice balls, they would just refer to them as donuts, and it's like that is not a donut.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's just like localization with no purpose behind
Yeah.
it. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like it when companies don't listen to their fans.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
EA.
That's-
Like
Yeah.
Square Enix, yes, Square Enix.
I'm not gonna call anything but
they- Square and Enix is totally trolling their fans right now because they I don't know if it's out yet, but that new Lightning
Lightning?
Returns Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 13. So long people have been like, we want a game with Cloud that's modern, and they're like, no, here's another Lightning game. By the way, if you pre-order it, you get a Cloud uniform with Buster Sword.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. She has Cloud's
That is
exact
so-
look and the Buster
That
Sword.
is so mean.
It is. It's like the worst thing.
And how many
in their
fans
defense-
does Lightning have?
What?
How many fans does Lightning have?
Two. 3
Yeah.
games, 2 fans.
In their defense, they have said that if they ever remake, I mean, not necessarily do a sequel, but remake Final Fantasy VII, they said that's when they're done.
Well-
because they know that Final Fantasy VII is their best and most popular game. So if they get to the point where, in order to get sales, they have to remake that game, they know that they've run out of ideas.
I don't agree with that logic at all. By the way.
Yeah.
That's the
I
way
know
they're
that. I
defending
know that's
it.
their logic, but I feel like, hey, you made this great game. Fans want an updated version. Make that. And then guess what? Keep making these new ones.
Yeah, but
Money.
they feel that they won't ever be able to top it.
They might not be able to. They
Yeah.
got. They got to
It doesn't
come
stop.
to terms with that eventually.
It doesn't stop. It won't
Sorry.
stop people from buying future games.
Well, hey, wait a
I
minute.
mean, personally, I prefer. 9
Maybe
over
that's
7.
why.
What?
Maybe that's why. That's their best game. When you said that when they remake it, that's when they're stopping. They're not gonna
That's
stop.
when they'll deliver.
They're not going to
Like,
stop.
we're
They're just going
closing.
to keep
This is
making
our-
average Final Fantasy titles because they don't want to stop. They just want to keep racking in money.
Yeah, but 15 looks so good.
It
15 does. I hope 15's awesome. I mean, like
That's
just
the
from what I've
last one.
seen of it, it looks a cut above.
Yeah, Square
11.
Enix took a big crap all over this generation, and now
11
they're
through 14. I haven't played the online ones, admittedly, but like 12 and 13 were kind of just machine
Yeah.
guns. That's
I'm
right. Yeah.
Captain Boss.
Captain Boss.
Yeah,
Was it the second one? Or the 12?
that's 12. Yeah.
Second one.
The one with the 2 in it.
I am the White Knight.
I only watched a little bit of 12.
I am a
It just
fighter.
didn't- like the whole like desert motif didn't really interest me. I like airships, but the whole thing was kind of like,
Yeah.
Main character wasn't that interesting.
The Tactics universe just man.
Yeah, it is. That is Tactics Universe. That's right. Very good. Tom.
Bunny girls.
That's right. And then
Playboy
lizard,
bunnies.
lizard people.
As
a race.
fighting characters. Yeah. Dumb. Good try, Square.
Bad AI.
Yes.
Just really AI in general. Most specifically, Metal Gear Solid. Just like, bing, and they're like.
It's gotten
is that
better.
noise?
though.
Well,
I mean, that was
I know, but it's like for
that
the
was back
earlier
in, like,
games.
1
it
and
still
2.
bugs the shit out of me.
You know, I love games where it's like you're stealthing around and they see you, and so they're all on alert. And if you're gone for long enough, they're like, "Oh, it's probably fine now. If there's been 15 minutes, we're probably safe at this point." And
Ally AI.
yeah,
Those gotta be the worst.
Yeah.
Escort missions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ashley.
Kat from Reach, Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Don't let her drive.
Yeah.
She will
it's
drive
like-
off the cliff.
It's anything in the Halo games. Like, it's cool, you know,
Well-
they help you out, the little guys, but if they're
Yeah.
driving and stuff, they're like,
Like cliff.
yeah.
this is where you want to go, right?
Like, you always have to drive, but you want a gun too, because
but yet-
if you're playing by yourself, it's just
The
useless.
enemy AI is fairly good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate, and like, this is completely breaking off from what we were talking about. I mean,
Great.
it's still a pet peeve, but it's back to weapons. I hate when games include like side weapons, but they still encourage you to use the main weapon more. It just, rather than have them all be equal. Like in the God of War series, Kratos is always getting these cool like little side weapons. Like he gets a big sword and he gets like gauntlets. Nothing is ever better than the chain blades. No one is ever going to use anything but the chain blades. There's no point in them. They could make cool items that do stuff to the levels and help you with puzzles or something instead of the dumb side weapons that no one is ever going to use. It just fills up space that could be used better.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think like the Devil May Cry series is pretty much the same way.
Yeah, I think I would like to incorporate the other weapons. It's just I didn't play that game long enough to learn the combos all that well. I think you could probably learn to really incorporate everything and be very effective with it. It's just there's a lot of like, you know.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say the Devil May Cry series because I thought DMC actually did it really well with having the other weapons just you can switch to them on the
Yeah.
fly with the triggers. It made the combo system
Yeah.
work really well. But like Devil May Cry 1 through 4, it had the same like style as like God of War, where you
Oh.
actually had to switch out and you got a weapon with a bunch of different combos, and then you switch out, and none of them were as good
Right.
as his sword and guns.
What's the name of his sword?
It's like
Rebellion.
Legend of Zelda. There's so many Zelda games. He has one fucking sword. That's all he uses.
That's more
Yeah,
iconic. I
yeah,
think.
and no, I'm.
Yeah, but
I would actually argue my statement that like Zelda does it well.
well, duh, that's
Because-
my point. That's my
Okay,
point.
that's what I thought. It's 'cause
that's what
we still
Who
like
uses the
They
big
have-
Goron sword?
they have.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the Megaton hammer.
Yeah, but you have purpose behind
Yeah.
all the other items that Link gets.
Well,
The
yeah,
designers
those
are
are-
aware that everyone is gonna stick to the main
Yeah, those are
the
all
Master Sword.
Gadgets.
Well, it's a little different.
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying.
No, but those were other main like weapons
Yeah,
that
but
you can use and switch out. They're not like little.
But they're
gadgets.
more like gadgets. They
You
are
can
more
use them
like
for level stuff.
yeah,
They're not just weapons.
yeah.
Were you hiding?
Yeah, because you're yelling.
We're yelling.
Mommy loves daddy. Got weird. Yeah, I feel like Zelda's a little different. Obviously, we just talked about this because like the Master Sword's always like that'll always be your main weapon
Yeah.
because it's mapped to the B button or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
That's-
You know, always. Whereas the other ones are like their own class of interchangeability.
Yeah, that was my-
Yeah,
Except
even
for the ones that I pointed out.
No,
which
I
take
think-
the place of the
No,
Master Sword.
Big Goron Sword.
Like all the
Big,
other weapons.
Big Goron
that-
Sword, actually, you're right. Big Goron Sword does, and
Yeah.
that one gets used all the time. Megaton Hammer is its own item.
It doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then
so you
just
can
Big
use
Goron
that as
Sword.
Yeah,
an
but I
item
use that all the
separately
time.
than the sword. What I'm saying is when they try
To
to
make-
incorporate side weapons, and you
To
actually have to
replace the main
swap.
weapon.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have to swap out.
I
your main
thought the
weapon.
Megaton hammer did that. I apologize for that. But the Big Goron
And that's the
sword
thing
does
too.
that.
Like you have like you have like what 7 or whatever different items, weapons in that game. You have one. You have one other sword. You know.
Yeah.
And then obviously all the little stuff you need to get through different parts of the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I hate sneezing. And, you're playing. You line up that perfect sniper shot, and you're like, hate it.
It's actually
Or, like
happening
sneezing
Yes.
in game or sneezing
Yes.
while you're playing.
in game.
No, not in.
That's like
game.
tripping.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying,
You're like riding over shot, you're like,
how annoying would that be?
I would never play that game. If they ever.
Best game game
Don't
ever.
ever do it. Never. Don't do that.
Random company.
Yeah, a shooter should never have
No.
sneezing.
Oh my god.
What if they put tripping in a shooter?
Like Metal Gear,
It's just like running in Halo. You just like fall.
or Metal Gear Solid, like sneezing like you're in a box, or like, what was that?
That box just sneezed.
That was bad. That would suck worse than shooters.
Yeah.
Sneezing in stealth games. Or coughing.
Or just tripping. In some games,
Yeah.
you sneak in by and trip.
Specifically Metal Gear Solid, actually, with the coughing, because he smokes cigarettes. Just- oh, you guys saw me.
Sorry, black lung.
He works in a coal mine.
Smoke a cigarette under
anything-
that box. It just like lifts up the box and smoke pours out.
Are there any final thoughts on what topic are we?
Pet
Pet
peeves.
peeves.
About the,
Annoyances in gaming. I hate it when there's soda machines and you can't buy sodas out of the soda machines.
What is wrong with you?
His name's Nick.
There was actually a running joke about my brother. that-
Wait, he said that?
No, it was a joke that our buddy made up about like how The Last of Us looked so great, and they're like, oh, Nick was still complaining that you can't buy a soda out of that machine over there. But
It's not realistic.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with something new. What else do I usually say?
God damn it.
New logo coming down. Green shirt games.